I suppose I should go ahead and do a real review of this episode. I mean, I did a video explaining my initial thoughts of the episode, and the link will be in the description or in annotation, something. Like, there will be ways to click on it to watch that. And I suggest watching that after... You can watch that after this review, because the video I make is more based on comedy, the comedic aspect of how I feel, but it is legitimately my thoughts on the entire episode. While if you watch it before, then just get ready to be in serious mode after, because this is me in a more serious mode. This is me doing the actual review in a actual review setting. But I want to say this probably filled the video I made filled the role of being a review better than my review will, if that makes any sense. Although in my review, I still am going to point out some things that I just know and some concerns, because this episode was not well received by any means. And it's a shame too, because, like, if the ending didn't exist, this would be an okay episode, actually. If the ending didn't exist, this would be an okay episode. If the ending and the title weren't a thing, and the overall thing, which is Greninja getting released, that is the thing of the episode. Sorry for spoilers, but it's been days. The episode happens on, Thursday? So it's been some days. You got some time, and if not, watch the episode before here. There's tons of links to it, so check it out. But regardless, the episode is episode 46, and it is titled Farewell Ash Greninja, Xerosic Strikes Back. So, in this episode, basically what ends up happening is that our heroes end up traveling down the road. Ash notices a red vine because the Greninja could see the red vine, and they end up attacking it, and that destroys it. But then Xerosic shows up, and when Xerosic shows up, he kidnaps Clement because he knows he can use Clement's brain in order for them to work together. If the two can work together, then they can make some cool, awesome stuff and try to recreate taking over the world. And they've already even stolen some Zygarde cells. So yeah, when they do that, Ash and the others go off and they go to get Clement back. The Team Rocket Tippers, I don't know why they're here. They're just here. I'm dead serious. Xerosic's the main villain in this episode, but for some reason Team Rocket is here. Like, I can't explain it. Anyway, as the episode's going on, Greninja helps the others find them, and Greninja actually hops aboard the plane, and the plane actually has this clonking thing on it that allows it to disappear in mid-sky, just like Hunter J's had a long time ago in Diamond and Pearl. So when they get away, Greninja basically is leading Ash, Serena, and Bonnie towards where the aircraft is. And when he does that, Greninja basically tells Ash that he has to jump, and Serena and Bonnie don't know because they can't see, obviously. And Ash is like, you just have to trust me, and they all jump. But then a thought occurs. What if they didn't make it? Anyway, when they end up making the jump, they land on the ship and they break inside, and then Clement is like, yo, I'm under control. And he's like, nah, I was faking it the whole time just to get at Xerosic. It was weird how that happened, because all he did was cover his face when he said all he did was make his glasses glow when he said he was in control. And then the minute he tricked Xerosic, it was clear that it was a trick, so that was it. Like, there was no him about to attack our heroes or anything. It's weird. We never got the impression that he was under control until I saw Clement's face change a little bit. It's like, oh, okay. Anyway, after that, they beat Xerosic and Malamar. They're done. That entire fiasco is finished. And then afterwards, Pony-chan and Bloomy-chan show up almost completely out of nowhere. And when they show up, just watch my video, and then that part will cover that. Long story short, Greninja has to go because he's the only one, apparently, other than the Zygarde. Even they explain it. Even Pony-chan's like, I'm not sure why, which means the writers don't even know. But they're like, I'm not sure why, but you're the only one that can see the red vines that Zygarde themselves created. They should be able to see it. And then you gotta come with us so you can destroy the rest of them in Kalos. Which is dumb, because It's not like there's a billion of them like there were during episodes 42 and 43. It's just like one will pop up and then they can destroy it and then move on to their merry way. I'm sure there's tons of gym leaders and Pokemon trainers who can destroy those vines and all around in half the time. And also, if they're hidden, once they show up to attack people, won't they be able to just destroy them in the moment? Do they really have to wait for Greninja in order to come destroy it for them? There's just a lot of things about this situation that don't make much sense. Yeah, just a lot, and that's why it causes a lot of confusion. Long story short, here's what happened. The writers got tired of Ash having Greninja, so they needed a way in order for him to get released, and that's why he's released. And I tried to feel sad for the moment. I really did. I like for the moment in which Ash Greninja gets released. I tried to feel bad, but I couldn't. Like, I just couldn't. And the reason I just couldn't was because there wasn't enough there for me to get sad about. The release was forced. It wasn't even like he has to leave if he wants to be happy, like Butterfree or Goodra or any of the other situations. Which, they released Goodra in this episode too. But that was just because, Goodra's job at the wetlands was done, which we all were fine and done with. And the only reason I was more upset for that, to be perfectly honest, but then again, I knew why he had to do it. It's kind of like the Charizard situation. Whenever he needs him, he'll be there, so I didn't feel as bad. This episode tried its hardest to make me feel bad for a release, and then they used the AZ's theme, which is a good choice, but it's worn out. The highlights of this episode, they did use Team Player's theme longer than they normally do, which I thought was really cool. And then they also used one of my favorite themes, which is the Elite Four theme for the Kalos League, and I thought that was really cool. So yeah, those two moments were really good. So other than that, this episode was very poorly received. The release was forced. Yeah, a lot of this just happened because Zerosic being a villain would have been kind of cool because in the video game, Zerosic still exists after you beat Team Player 2. So it makes sense. But here, in this concept, Zerosic was more or less a sideshow for the real thing, which was him, the releasing of Greninja. Seeing Ponychin and Bloomychin back just sort of disturbed me too because, they gave the impression that they were going to be gone a long time. But the next episode's the final episode, a zero with no end until the day we meet again. So I'll see you all then, everybody. Tyrone the God 3, out.